With a successful Kickstarter, Patreon, YouTube income, and merch, you'd expect a small team to be hired to help finish. That has not happened.
Or what if it was just a big black... I can't do that, that's too much.
Yeah, if they're
or
already...
what about a gorilla? What about gorilla wearing, like, they're only wearing underwear and there's a massive bulge? What about something like that?
Welcome back, you dirty DJs. Welcome to the YouTube channel.
On Gokbound.
Look, I want to go over the ChudLogic game as it stands so far. I fleshed out the battle system a little bit more. It's pretty much done. The only things that I want to do is just more polish, like whenever you use items or whenever you have different attacks. You see how I click on these different player cards, the attack state.
Why is Moreau there? Because Private Parts is desperately trying to figure out what the fuck all the memes are in this community without knowing the ins and outs of it. That's why. That's what's going on here. I mean, listen, I don't mean to be, you know, rude about it, but I don't really, let's just say if I was picking a squad, I wouldn't be picking Moreau for my team, okay? And honestly, Aiden probably wouldn't be getting picked either. Moreau is just above Aiden on the totem pole, to be perfectly frank. Queeman, sure, that's understandable. Queeman, DK, and Stylo would probably be the most sensible choice, I would say. Yeah, I think that probably makes most sense.
Gok suck, and like the Finny Rage panel doesn't change. They all have the same attacks. I want to change that around so like Chud has the Gok sucked. Queeman will have like Bonkai or Nazi sword. Imrao would have like, I don't know, what the fuck does Imrao do?
Good question.
Furry
Good question.
I don't know. Just some type of attack. Like President Sunday would be like read a book. Pepsi would be explain. No, just different attacks.
Oh, I think Pepsi is probably going to have to get removed from the game.
How do I make money off depressed people?
So I was told that apparently the artist of that comic is a pretty big freak. I'd if you covered it yet, but I figured I'd bring it up.
Thank you for the super chat, Slender Runner guy. Yes, I actually covered it the other day. Well, there's this guy called Purple Pepsi Gaming who changed his name to Purple Parry or something. And, you know, I don't really post in Discord that much because I've got far too many more important things to do in my life. But anyway, I was having a little look. I was trying to find the timestamps down around thing. And got to chatting. And I saw that Parry has quit streaming, from what I can gather. Now, apparently, he's done this before. So, I don't know if this is, like, legitimate or not. But he said he claimed he'd quit streaming because he'd run out of topics to talk about. So he could... Oh, he streamed again, is he? Stylo said he wasn't any good to begin with. Oh, look, Parry's in chat. Hello, Parry. How's it going? So anyway. I don't know. At least, well, to be honest, even if he was streaming, he definitely... I mean, he's below even fucking Aiden on the totem pole. So he definitely wouldn't be in the fucking squad. Smothering Parry in the crib.
One. So what I would do is like open up this a scriptable object. I'll show you right here. Okay, so to do that, all I'd have to do is, I think I already have it right here. Yeah, I add a public string, or I add a string, and I just name it within the scriptable object here. This is all the information for each character. It's got the name, the health, how much health they have, the speed, defense. And then down here their attack, and then I would just link it to this this button's text, as well as I could fill out more properties here in the code and give them different names for their Finny Rage attacks and whatnot. This is how all the characters.
Anyway, I don't want to be. You know, at the end of the day, right? If Private Parts wants to make a little fun game about you know, the community, well, it's whatever. I'm not going to like be a dick about it, right? I'd be like, no, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, you fucking idiot, right? I'd much rather, if he wants to have a vision and do it, then fair play to him. You know, it's up to him at the end of the day. And if it's right or wrong or whatever, I mean, maybe in some way getting some of it not quite right, or, you know, there's a character that's more prominent than they should be, probably adds to the flavor, I'd imagine. It's funnier that way, exactly.
Set up It's actually pretty nice to do this. This works for playing cards, characters, enemies, all kinds of shit, whatever you want to do. This will also handle, like, this is what I'll be saving or modifying. Well, scratch that. Whenever so the game object reads from this, but it has its own effectors and shit inside. So like when I lose health, I don't lose health on the scriptable object, I lose health on the game object. And let's say I were to save, it would save it on there, on the game object, but it'll always read from here. So let's say I like my experience level. So like my experience right now, current max level for experience is 300. If I were to reach that point, and then this number will go up to, I don't know, I haven't figured out incremental yet. I'll probably do the same for like Idle Streaming Bonanza or Pokemon or some shit. Let's say I level up and my experience is now 349. Next time I load in the game, it won't be 300, it'll be 349. The character will read from that. So battle system's looking good.
Okay,
I want
no
more
idea
polish.
What that's about.
Healing items would turn your character green, or have like a little particle effect pop up and sprinkle on you or some shit. Right now I have a damage effect for the enemy. I'll have, it's good practice to have in game design to have 3 forms of feedback for the character.
You're gonna play. I mean, obviously, when I get to play this, right? I mean, obviously, I'm probably. Well, no, the mechanics are fine. I'll get the guts of the mechanics of it. But obviously, it's like, the reason I'm playing it is not because I'm like, oh, I really want to play this game because I like the gameplay. It's like, oh, I'm in it. It's about me. Not pure narcissism. Pure, unadulterated, unrepentant narcissism.
Or for the player. So as you see, like, you got the character turning red. Another thing I'm going to do is probably add like different customized slashes or attacks for each character, as well as a screen shake. That'll make it look more, exciting for the game, as well as an animation. I want to animate these guys. It wouldn't be too hard. I just lay everything out and just make them move up and down. Super simple. Something like Pokemon Black and White or Pokemon.
How do you know you're the main character? Well, because it's called ChudLogic's Gokbound. So unless it's some sort of Metal Gear Solid 2-esque bait situation, and the main character is actually Pimpleton or some shit. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably quite a lot to do with me. Based on the fact that it's named after me, and all of the characters and memes seem to be resonating from this community. Probably what it is.
They had like their sprites moving up and down, shit like that.
Slug Entertainment is the main character.
So whenever you attack, he turns red and shakes, and then let's do some big boy damage. We'll use our Fenny Rage for each one. Oh yeah, let me go through each attack. Okay, so Goksuck works. That's the basic attack. We'll sweep for Chud, and we'll use Gunt Punt, Hair Pull, and Rage. I am defending. It showed that you're defending. If you're defending, you're always going first. Your speed defense will go first. Just kind of keep it balanced. You don't want the enemy to attack if you're trying to defend, right? Okay, so Aiden used Rage, it deals 12 damage. Imral used Hair Pulls, it does 14 damage.
Game of the summer.
Queenman uses Gunt Punt, deals 16 damage. So all of the Finny Rage stuff is working. Let's use... Oh, we won the battle.
Hey, let's go.
We'll do it again. Is there going to be any status effects, poison, paralyze, enrage, etc.? I don't know yet.
Looks like shit. Why not make it like Doom? Yeah, dude, where's the 3D graphics? And all that shit. And all the fucking mechanics. Bro, I'm just going to play this and just say how shit it is for 2 hours and then fucking delete it. I'm going to play it for 2 hours, call it a bunch of shit, and then, and then just play Warzone.
I might keep it simple, but I don't think it'd be too hard to handle. I really want the AI to work a little bit different. I want to add different attacks, or like, oh, they missed their attack. You know what I mean? Like, I have all these stats, and these are for each one of them, like their special attack, their accuracy, active defense, and all this shit. So
obviously you got Destiny, Jar, Mutar, Boblax, some sort of trans character, I guess. Who's the black guy in the car? Is that supposed to be Stylo? Why is Stylo in a car?
different attacks and stuff for each character or enemy to do things with.
Wait, who is that? That's so. You've also got. I think Ethan is online. Is in there as well.
If you ever played Heartbound, it's going to be very, very similar to Heartbound. It's not a one-to-one. It's not a one-to-one, obviously. I'm not going to do multiple enemies on screen. I'm just going to make the enemy that you're fighting pretty fucking strong. Yeah. So that's how that's going to work.
Oh, is it the black guy that? Is it the black guy that yelled at me in LA? Maybe it is.
If people have a complaint about it, you know, it may change down the line. But doing the
so base
doing multiple enemies on
bro, that's actually pretty good. That's like, you know, that is like from a couple of years ago now. Wow, 2.5 years ago. So that's actually quite a good little bit of detail. That's quite good knowledge, actually. That's quite cool. That's quite cool.
Screen, it would just set me back a lot on the codes. I would have to rewrite it all, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to spend forever on this game.
Just make it like Pokemon so I can catch Aiden in a ball and force him to do my dark bidding. DK, it sounds like you want to make Aiden suck your cock. I gotta be honest with you, mate. Why did you say it like that?
Right,
that is
so
insane,
menus, right? You can see what your current team is, your money. You can bring up your Finny panel, your Finny Rage panel, and the only thing that you have is recovery. I might add some different things like cut, like you know, HMs from Pokemon and to traverse the world and stuff. You cannot save yet.
Concubine
there is no
Underground.
Yet. You will be able to change out your equipment. You do have a backpack, and you can view your inventory. Excuse the Unity the Unity buttons. That's just how it is right now, right? And then you can click on these. Let's see, Chud's got 80 health. We'll click on Pink Monster. Select a party member. Now he's got 100.
Yes.
Finistride increases your Finny powers by 5, I believe. So we'll hit that, and then we'll do a mana gem and fill it out all the way. Spicy Pepper increases your attack by 3.
Yeah, so the thing is, right, Private Parts, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, right, is a total shitter, okay? As in, he is not like some sort of profound, experienced game developer. He does it part-time for a laugh, and he's got like a regular job, right? Which is what makes it all the more fucking hilarious that Pirate Software freaked out about his idle clicker game, right? It's like, why did you get so upset about some dude that does this part-time putting you in his game as a fucking joke, right? As a fucking meme for whatever. So, yeah, I mean, people are like, oh, Unity. I mean, yeah, he's not like fucking a sort of super high-tier game developer. He just makes games for fun. And I think because of the coverage, you wanted to make a game playing off some of the memes from this community. So, yeah. I don't know, I think it's, you know, I like it. I think it's a fun little gesture, isn't it? Makes it a bit different. I've never had a game made about me before, so fuck it, I'll take it. And I will be brutally honest about it, okay? I won't be like, oh, this is good. I won't be like, oh, this is good because it's about me. I will be, you know, I'll say what I think about it when I play it.
Going...
I'm not shitting on it.
Forward, this is
fun.
the PC. This is where the player can...
Okay. This guy's got to go. This is a deal breaker. Get rid of this character. Squash this guy into the dirt immediately. Remove him. Dude, Beckett's there, yeah. That's DK's profile picture. There's Styler there. I'm not sure who that is. Who's that supposed to be?
Switch out their party members. So whenever you come across a new party member or you finish the quest for them, it'd just be like really dumb stuff like fetch quest.
Oh, is it
like
Dickers? Oh, it's Dickers. It's Dickers. President Sunday as well.
All the enemies in this area, stuff like that.
Sorry, that guy's so irrelevant. I totally forgot who he was, even though it's very obvious who it is when you say it.
You can have the choice to have them added to your party. Whenever you click on the computer, you get everyone that you've collected inside the party, right? This needs to be fixed as well. It's all just 1, 2, 3, but I want to have like their current health. Whenever you store them in the computer, they will regenerate health over time. There will also be a hospital where you can...
Oh, by the way, as we're on the topic of this game and private parts, I saw or heard somewhere that apparently Queeman was like raging about this guy on a stream somewhere. Is that true? Did he? Private parts is diligently putting Queeman into his game. I don't know. That's the claim. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe someone that watches, you know, his streams can say. About Trump tariffs. Oh, okay. Oh, it was like a political thing, was it? Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Or was it the Nazi sword shit? Because he's obviously referencing that in this video, I think.
Your character's at. Okay, so let's say I want to switch out Imrao, right? So we're going to grab Stylo and Imrao, and we're going to switch. Boom. Imrao's tacked on, or Imrao's back in the PC, and Stylo, he's tacked in at the ass end of the team, and Queeman's pushed forward. So now we got Stylo.
I think Dickers would have more success if he changed his name, like to the M word. Right, okay. I think Dickers would have more success if he was actually good at streaming. Dude, why am I... it's only banter. It's only banter, okay? I'm only fucking around.
Right?
Bro, is that...
And you can do that with anybody.
What the fuck? What? Look at Aiden, bro. Look at his side pro... Dude, look at his side profile, dude. They have actually captured Aiden's essence perfectly there, I'd say. That is fucking brilliant. It looks just like the guy.
Oh. Right? And you can do that with anybody. So, let's do Dickers for Queeman, switch. We'll do Beckett for Aiden, switch. The only one that you cannot switch out is Chud. Chud is not able to switch out.
Hey!
You can't switch Chud.
Very true. That's dude.
Different team, right?
Many have tried, none have succeeded. Very true. Very true.
So, this was actually pretty tough to do. It just took a while. Took a lot of time. I had to rewrite a bunch of shit that I made before.
That's how it should be.
But I think it's pretty good. I think the UI is fine. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a decent way to do things, like a decent system?
Why is Chud so bold? Because this is pre-Finasteroid. Okay, this is pre the miracle cure.
Okay, like it's a computer, and you just swap your character out at it. Maybe I could do like a store items, but I don't think it'd be needed. There's just a lot of characters, and I only wanted you to have a party of 4. So.
I'd have Beckett on the team. But I'd let him die on purpose. I wouldn't give him any healing items, and I'd just let him wither away and die over the course of the game.
I think you're going to need bigger room for Nicholas, yeah. Will the equipment be unique per character or general armor buff? So not unique, but you can swap them. It'll just be like stupid items or stupid things that like show up in the... Like it'd be references to the commentary community. Like the swastika sword. The swastika sword will be part of it. You know, just shit like that. Oh, look, here's the party members that we took out of the party. I have them snapping to World 0.
Okay, you can't have Stardust as a final boss. That is just a waste of... Dude, Stardust is not worthy of being the final boss. That is obscene. What happened? I'm just saying how much I hate you and you get out. I'm just having a look at this and I'm going to watch your Pirate Software video that you linked yourself. Do you know what? You linked that video yourself into the recommendation section. And normally I'd find that very obnoxious behavior. Okay? However, Pirate Software content on my channel tends to do quite well. So I decided to look the other way and watch it anyway because it's probably going to get a bunch of views. So, you know, it's whatever in this case. But I saw what you were doing. I see what you're up to.
World 0 at. So like it's a good system, and icon marking who is already in the party since they also show on the PC. Oh, true. Actually I could probably just remove them from the PC altogether. So like if they're already in the party.
Dude, The final boss should be a gorilla. That is like Black Man, like the recent. That's a more recent meme, to be fair. Or what if it was just a big black cock?
What the fuck?
I can't do that. That's too much.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm not in game. I'm retarded. Yeah, if they're
Or
already.
what about a gorilla? What about gorilla wearing like, you know, pants or wearing like you know, underwear? They're only wearing underwear and there's a massive bulge. What about something like that? That would bridge the gap between all the various black memes that are happening at the moment.
In the party, I'll just remove them from this, and then just have them swap out. So
What do you reckon?
I think it'd be fine. I need to add a clamp here too, because like you can just keep
Weird
scrolling.
requests.
I think it's the same as for the items or the backpack as well. I think you can just keep scrolling.
Gorillas have small cocks. Well, how the fuck do you know that? How do you know about the cock size of gorillas? That's a bit of a weird thing to know about, isn't it?
Okay, this one's clamped. It's like elastic, but
The zoo.
I'll take I have something similar.
Bro, why are you looking at gorilla cocks at the zoo?
An idle streaming bonanza, and I can just take it from that. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Do appreciate you. You got any thoughts? Please let them down in the comments below. I'll respond. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Support the Patreon. Go check out the Patreon. I'm doing this game for free. It will be on Steam eventually. I don't think I can monetize it, unfortunately, but you can go support the Patreon, man.
How come?
You know, you can get yourself inside the game too. You can buy a spot in the game. You can be an enemy. You can send me your OC, and you can be one of these guys. You can be one of these infamous people, and get your ass kicked by the commentary community. But yeah, do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Go and do that, guys. Go on. Shelby, go and pay to be in the game now. Oh, bunch of fucking idiot chatters for too much money. Mutar's the boss already. Listen, I respect the hustle, okay? I respect the shameless monetization hustle. Anyway. So, that is the palette cleanser. And now we're moving on to the thing I actually wanted to watch. So. Dude, it's funny the snapshot of the community that this guy has, because it's all from spending time in the Discord. So who he thinks are the best community members are the losers no-lifing all day and spicy. Dude. That is a terrible thing to say. What an atrocious thing to say about my wonderful community. Come on now. That is... Disavow this comment. They're not the comments of our, you know, great business. Just to be very clear, okay? Anyway, let's do this Pirate Software content. Come on. Let's see what a dev's got to say about Pirate Software. Let's go, guys. Pirate Software needs their introduction. Private Parts did a segment about him. Let's see what he's got to say about his game.
So I wanted to review Heartbound, a game developed by Pirate Software that's been in early access for over 8 years now. It's still not finished. From what I can tell, it's supposed to be a 3-chapter game, and Jason seems close to wrapping it up. Now, first impressions, this game probably shouldn't have taken this long to make. I don't know if the delay is due to programming, design issues, narrative rewrites, or maybe just a shift in focus after Jason's rise to Twitch and YouTube fame. It's hard to stay motivated when you're pulling in easy money streaming and riding the shorts algorithm. I get it. But you'd think the success would help speed things up. After all, wasn't it the point of the Kickstarter? Hire help, finish the game, get it done. First, a little bit about myself. I have a bachelor's in game design and have released numerous games, small and large. Don't get me wrong, none to the success of Heartbound. I'm a small indie dev, but I finish projects. Some to include are Apostle 3D, Drop and Dodge, Humanity's Savior, Idle Streaming Bonanza, some fan projects, and 2 titles I'm currently working on, Samurai Stratagem and ChudLogic's Gawkbound. The latter, another parody game on eCelebs. Not that this means my opinion is more valued than others in this space. I'm sure there are numerous game devs with more talent than I, and with better opinions as well. I'm just another asshole giving his. I have no grandiose ideas. My games are better. I make games as a hobby and wish to make them as a full-time job. Anyways, so I thought this would be good content for me to review his game, Heartbound, given our interactions. So let's dive into and discuss the good and the bad.
Should we recorded that?
Now, full disclosure, Jason and I have had some beef. I made a parody game featuring a roach wizard who repeated his infamous Dire Maul quotes during the OnlyFans drama.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
He wasn't a fan, and he hit me with the DMCA over idle streaming bonanza, which has delayed the release of that project. Personally, I think he could have handled it better, maybe roasting me in a review or ignored it completely. I'm just a small dev making memes, not exactly a threat to his empire. But that's not what this review is about. I figured our history might make this content more interesting.
Okay. From one beard haver to another. Private parts, you should always make sure you got a beard. Okay? I'm telling you. You look like a butch lesbian without your beard, dude. Come on, what's going on?
Today, I want to talk honestly about what Heartbound does well and what it really doesn't. Welcome to Review and Refund. First things first, I want to say what I like about the game. The pixel art. The pixel art has a wonderful charm to it. Great palette, and the animations are done well.
Okay.
Not one thing looked out of place or looked like it didn't belong. There was a theme, and they stuck to it. So whoever did the art, kudos. The other thing I liked was the music. In certain areas, like Binder's Library, just like the artwork, it matched the aesthetic and was very reminiscent of Miyazaki movies. That's the feel I got from it anyways.
Okay. Well, this is fair. This seems fair.
The office level, where the phone was ringing, was incorporated into a beat. Was awesome as well. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, also, that's another good point as well, though, right? Did Jason even do that part? Did Pirate Software even do the art aspect? Or, like, is that someone else's work? Like, is it that the best parts of the game are actually not meaningfully involving Thor? I'm not sure on that one. It does look nice. I mean, it looks, you know, for like a pixel art game, it does look, it looks, you know, like a nice, pleasant thing, you know? No, he didn't. There's other people who do the art and music, 100% confirm. Oh, there we go then. Right. The 2 things Pirate didn't do are good.
The combat in the prologue was very fun. I wish I had gotten more of this throughout the game, as it would have been more enjoyable and interactive. The combat against the shadow monster, who I assume was Baron the dog, was a collection of quick time events or minigames to deal damage to the monster. Even if this could not be done throughout the game on smaller enemies, I think a form of combat should have been implemented with smaller mobs to release the monotony of just walking around in the dark areas and talking. The only time combat was available was twice in the prologue, fighting the same monster. In the office level, there were missed opportunities to fight others, such as your father, the Gator, the Mushroom Man in the basement, Paul the Pool Pal, the main boss, which is your mother, and the supercomputer or the AI computer.
Wait, the main boss is your mother? Is that like a Freudian? Is that a Freudian thing? What's that about? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know if I hate Pirate Software. I just like covering him because he's an idiot and there's loads of funny dramas that he's gotten involved in. But I mean, I'm sure there's some aspects of the game which are good. You know, I'm sure that it's not a complete, without question, washout game. But this obviously the problem of taking so long to come together, and he's fundraised for it, and he's doing all this streaming, and he doesn't seem to be meaningfully working on the game. And the last time we checked in on it, he was spurging out at Steam comments that were criticizing him and complaining that people were just like basically not actually buying the game and were leaving shitty comments on his Steam profile. For the game, right? And then also he did that little update which kicked back the notice that Steam put on games if they think there's not been a meaningful update for a while. I strongly dislike Pirate. I've seen him making messes in other communities before these recent dramas. Oh yeah, he's got like a very rich history of deranged behaviour. But I think he was able to obscure it with all of his, YouTube short stuff, and then he got in with some of the bigger streamers, and a lot of that wasn't really paid attention to. But then obviously when he had his little meltdown over his roach moment, from there obviously it led to what we've seen, which is just every single aspect of his history getting looked into, discussed, dissected, etc. Sometimes unfairly. That stuff about the Second Life thing, I think, was overstated with the 17-year-old that he went to see when he was 19. I thought that was excessively stated. But on the whole, it's just been largely looking at clips of him acting like a fucking loser freak and going, oh, look, he's a loser freak. And yeah, he is. And he has been this whole time.
The main boss, which is your mother, and the supercomputer or the AI computer that deals out jobs to you. Some of the gym characters and numerous others as well. While I understand combat is not the main focus of the game, it's a narrative quest on the introspective mind. This would have changed the pacing of the game and made it 100 times better than what I experienced. In the office level, there are numerous fetch quests and minigame jobs that you have to do. While this is fine in a small scale, there were just too many back and forth and backtracking done without changing the level or the way the player interacts with things. For example, in Metal Gear Solid, there is a portion of the game where you need to backtrack almost to the beginning of the game in the armory to retrieve a PSG-1 sniper rifle to save another character. When going back through the level, there are different obstacles to avoid or interact with, such as cameras with guns on them, objects displaced, traps not working, or new enemies guarding a post. If you need to backtrack in a game, it's good practice to change the pacing of the level, such as a shortcut, new enemies, or obstacles.
I'm literally getting nostalgia right now, which maybe is private parts intent. Bit suspicious. Oh, let me just put in a thing that's going to trigger some nostalgia, guys. Yeah, the Halo. People complain about the structure of Halo, the first Halo, but the backtracking was actually, I thought it was decent. They changed it up. You had the flood involved. You had the same, truth and reconciliation level. You went on the ship for a bit, went outside, went for a different level than you did the first time round when it was, truth and reconciliation. And then it was 2 betrayals. That was it, wasn't it? He's talking game design. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe I'm being too skeptical. Fair enough.
This was not done. I was doing tasks such as going to talk to the right person, retrieving items, to restore bad...
The library was a bad level. Yeah, I think the library kind of sucked. It could have done with one less repetition of going up, right? Because you had to go up multiple times. And it was just one level too much, I think. It was just a bit like, okay, I get it. Yes, I've shot a bunch of flood through these same corridors for fucking 30 minutes now. Do I really need to do it for another fucking 15 minutes? Or whatever it is.
Memories and looking for rubber ducks. Something that could have been done is new pathing for the birds that catch you outside of your cubicle, a new route that you have to take, or combat with characters or puzzles to interact with. This breaks up again the constant walking, which was annoying. Another good game design rule is to keep the player engaged every 5 to 10 seconds. One of the mini games I disliked was the cafeteria. The main gripe that I have, that I could not stack objects on my head in the order I want. The logic is already there because you could stack rubber ducks on your head. Having you fill the order and stack the items would have been more engaging, and you could have done more than 2 items to feed the workers. Again,
this game is made to have a Tumblr stan audience. Yes, this is the kind of get. What it's like. What is this based on? What's the original? Undertale. It's clearly going for that Undertale audience of viral success, discussed on Tumblr, etc. Earthbound and Undertale. It's trying to play off of those successes, isn't it? Most modern RPGs are like that. Pirate cries when you compare this game to Undertale. Well, it probably is a bit of an unreasonable comparison because Undertale actually got fucking finished in a couple of years, didn't it? Whereas this has been in development for fucking 8 years now. But yeah.
Welcome to Chud.
Hey!
Is it true you and Dark Viper shot a scat porn vid together? His poo-poo was so yellow and slimy and you vomited all over your cock as you jacked it so hard to his scat.
Well, I mean, thanks for the sub, I guess. I mean,
And
I don't know
this
what
is
else
something
to
I would
say
have
to that,
done.
really.
Not really detrimental, just an opinion. There was an
Speechless.
instance of dialogue not present in the game. I'm not sure if I missed it or not. There was a computer I could not access because I did not have the correct clearance. The only thing I found that would have given me access was a floppy disk I stole. I had no idea what to do with it. Let me know in the comments below if you figured it out. Another instance was the main scavenger hunt, where you're looking for gold items to recover a trauma memory. The last one was a gold chain, I believe.
A trauma memory. Okay, trauma from what exactly? What? Wait a second. Is your character a member of the raped? And you're dealing with your mother, and you got to unlock some trauma. Okay.
And it was at the top of the level where the ending door is to reach the boss. I made my way up there multiple times in my playthrough, and it was not until I was ready to give up looking for the last object that I checked that area. That gold chain object should always be present and not show up randomly from another interaction, like the gold key from the vending machine. In fact, the object should trigger the scavenger hunt. I'm not a writer, so I cannot give too much feedback on this other than the fact of too many what I would say pop culture references or references only his community would get. I understand trying to incorporate memes or...
Uh-oh. Well, I've got news for you with Gockbound, okay? I'm not sure if a lot of the memes people are going to get, but anyway, I digress. That's more of like a sort of, you know, specific game, I guess, catered to the ChudLogic community or whatever. So maybe it's not really the same thing, because obviously Pirate Software is going for more of a mass market or broader approach, right? You know, it's not specifically aimed at a certain community.
stuff from your stream, but this can fall on deaf ears of people who don't know who you are and make the player confused. There are also things that suck the player out of the game, such as workers giving ironic advice on getting out more or try to do your best while they are stuck in a corporate prison. It felt out of place and was trying to convey a message to the player, which isn't bad, but I feel like this area it just wasn't meant for. There's a lot of chatter in this game that felt like this. Pulled you out of the experience or just didn't fit. The constant dad jokes at first were funny, but they just kept on and just had me rolling my eyes after a while. I found myself skipping a shit ton of dialogue just to continue the walking simulator. The level design felt bad in general, from the fetch quest to the constant dark rooms and maze walking, long staircases that could have been avoided, or in between hallways with windows. While
I think the reason it's like the wage slave is because didn't someone just say in chat, I don't know, it's apparently to do with his experience of work or something? This is so on the nose and inauthentic from Pirate Software. What does he know about working at some kind of corpo paper pusher mill? Well, presumably he'd say that it's his experience that he had whilst working somewhere like Blizzard, right? So he's probably trying to draw on that.
Okay,
Obviously,
that's
how
wonderful.
true that is, we don't
but
know.
How do I make money off depressed people?
It just clicked in my head. This guy is evil Toby Fox. Run Kickstarter for a game, never finish it. Still working on the game years later versus starting a Kickstarter for a project to fund another project, and make both.
Pyro, thank you very much for the incredibly generous $20 super chats. Thank you.
a good transition could be said from the music change.
Oh, Toby Fox is the Undertale guy. Okay. And I'm guessing Toby Fox is better considered because he's actually done shit. Whereas obviously Pirate Software has not.
In the hallway. At the very least, give us a run mechanic so we can get through the game faster. This game has been in development for over 8 years, and it's not that there's no progress. Jason is working on it, and he does stream his development, but the pace is glacial. With a successful Kickstarter, Patreon, YouTube income, and merch, you'd expect a small team to be hired to help finish. That has not happened. It's hard not to feel like the project is being milked. There's more effort going into the stream, the branding, the TikToks, and the shorts than into the actual game. And that's fine. Stream if you want to. But when fans paid to fund a game and it's still stuck in limbo nearly a decade later, that's an issue. Heartbound is a decent game trapped in development hell. It has a charm, good music, and beautiful art. The combat system shows promise, but everything else, the pacing, the writing, the level design, and endless walking drags it down. I don't hate the game. I hate how wasted its potential feels. and I really hate how it seems like the dev is prioritizing fame over finishing what he started.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Jason's stream, you'll probably enjoy it anyways, but if you're someone looking for a polished indie RPG, this isn't it. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Thanks for watching. This has been Review and Refund, and if you want a different kind of streamer parody experience, you can always check out my game, Idle Streaming Bonanza, assuming it doesn't get DMCA'd again. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think this is the first time. I watched, obviously, someone play it and struggle with glitches. But this is, like, the first time I've seen more substantive footage of it.
There was a...
And, yeah, it looks like a one-man band has put this together. It doesn't look particularly, you know, good, considering that a group of people have done this. And listen, I love my AAA Zog Chow, so obviously take it with a pinch of salt, I guess. But I don't know, man. It's just like, what is even happening? You're wandering around trying to find items that link back to your trauma, possibly because of rape, not disclosed. But actually, yeah, I mean, you know, I think it was quite a fair analysis. Obviously, yes, he's obviously fucking milking Pirate Software, and now I'm milking Pirate Software because he's there to be milked, much like he likes to milk his ferrets. One would assume. But I think it was pretty reasonable in terms of he wasn't like just endlessly critical and harsh. He said the parts that he thought were good. Okay. Apparently, the comments, people are sucking off Pirate Software. But, yeah. Review is as fair as Fox News is unbiased. Not here to defend Jason, his attitude is ass. I'm just against hypocrites. Well, how was the review not fair? He said that he thought some parts of it were good. And he didn't even, I don't think he even said himself, oh, that's nothing to do with Jason, though. He just said broadly the parts of the game that were good. And had some criticism of some game design aspects, and apparently that's not fair. Ridiculous. Putting aside your agenda, cannot agree with your review. I'm an indie dev myself. Have around 6 games in development, most I will probably not finish. Reason, inspiration and putting bread on the table. It's his game. Okay. This is such a retarded view on this, right? If a game developer decides to put a game back, that's up to them and on their head be it, right? But like Rockstar have not gone out going, please give us money to develop Grand Theft Auto and then put it back repeatedly, right? They are working on the game and then when it's come out, at that point you buy it. This guy has asked for money up front in order to facilitate the development of the game. And he also said that he would do monthly updates and recently failed to provide on time a monthly update. So he's like over-promising and under-delivering. You know. And on top of that too, he's taken money for the project. It's his game. It's up to him to develop for 50 years if he wants. As you mentioned, he's making a lot of money from other sources. So this for him is a passion project at this point. Okay, how can you miss the point so hard of this? He's gotten fundraising to make this fucking game. Very convenient that you can get a bunch of money to make the game. And then you could be like, oh, this is just like my passion project now. And also, what passion? Where's the passion in taking 8 years to develop a fucking game? Not only that people watch videos, you and other YouTubers make and review bomb the game. Remind yourself all your favourite games. Do you really think all the people who were involved in the development of the games were saints? Bunch of bees to review the game by developer. Oh my god, dude. These people don't seem to have even watched the video. Where was the you know, where was the? It was a completely fair analysis of the game. Second, your review is dishonest. You may not have liked it, but you keep saying stuff. Oh, we missed an opportunity here. Oh, I'd like this here. Like you're finding his mistakes. You need to keep your ego in check in reviews, at least if you're trying to be impartial and actually add values to your videos. And not waste viewers' time with nonsense. Dude, it's a fucking 10-minute long video. What? Waste viewers' time? It's 10 minutes, bro. What do you mean waste viewers' time? You could have literally made this a 2-minute video, played the game, did not like it, end. Obviously, some of your comments may be valid from a certain perspective. If you're going to be reviews, be objective and on point. I cannot believe YouTube recommended this video to me and got me so pissed I had to type a lecture in the comment section. This dude was seething so much about this fucking 10-minute video. He had to write a fucking whole ass comment about it. And for all the losing their minds over a streamer dev, I had one advice: ignore the dev. If the game is not something you would have played without knowing the dev, it's not worth your time. If the only reason you're playing the game is A, because of the dev, B or C or whatever, it's not worth your time. Go and look at the store, look at the game, not sure if you want a certain game or not, maybe check some gameplay videos of the game. Don't waste your time on BS reviews, use your eyes and head. Sorry for the rant, for anyone who read through the comment. See, it really is a disconnect of like what the criticism is of Pirate Software. Is that he's lauding himself about as this fucking indie dev who knows what he's doing and knows what he's talking about. He's going to develop his game on stream. He worked at Blizzard for 7 years and all this other nonsense. And he can't put his money where his mouth is. And he's massively overstated his abilities. And it's pointing those issues out. So it doesn't really work to just say, don't play the game if you don't like it. Because the criticisms of the game are interlinked with how he's presented himself to the public and the image that he's cultivated in how he's gone about his streaming career. So, you know, I'm amazed, honestly, this is from 22 hours ago. I'm honestly amazed that there's still people out there who have got this much passion for defending Pirate Software with everything that's happened. They still get so furious about a fucking 10-minute video calling his game a bit shit. I didn't know Beckett was in Gokbound. Bro, there's actually, this is more concerning for me. There's actual Beckett fans that are fucking commenting on the video, excited about his appearance in Gokbound. Oh my god, dude. Who the fuck is a fan of Beckett? Oh, Beckett. Oh, I've got to pick that one up. Beckett's in it. I'll be getting that. Yes, yes, please. I will say, as far as I can research and find out, is Kickstarter raised 20k. You cannot hire a team with that. You can't hire a single developer for a single year. It will barely chip into the art and the soundtrack cost. He severely lowballed his target cost at the Kickstarter campaign. And even at 400k funding, it's not realistic for a multi-year team project. Well, that sounds like his problem. And that he's misled people in how he's gone about presenting this. Oh, you don't understand how it works. He didn't raise enough money. Well, he shouldn't have fucking overpromised, should he? And the thing is, even if that's true and he's fucked up and overpromised, why is he not, like, working super hard at all times to get the game out? Why is he not, you know, working to deliver on the promises that he's already fucking made? He's just fucking about streaming, knocking, you know, lording it up with his big streamer mates, playing World of Warcraft and roaching. It's another, yes, it's another fucking Yandere dev type situation. It's the same thing. It's another Grums type situation. Not defending him. I don't care for him or this game. Sure, I'm sure you're just a passing person that's concerned with game development. I have no eggs in this basket. I just really don't like the insinuation that indie devs are supposed to be able to hire each other for cents and then produce a AAA studio speeds. Who is asking for AAA production speed? I think there's probably a line we can draw between AAA production, which maybe is a couple of years, and fucking 8 years. Right? Also, the level of work that's required is so much less than a AAA game as well. Like, it should be quicker than a AAA game because it's like got less intensive programming and shit, right? You released the game, yes, but much simpler games. Game scope and time to complete are not linear to each other, but rather exponential, so don't blame him for taking this long. If there's blame on him, it's either for bad communication on how long he will take, he himself terribly misjudging his time and project needs. Bro, what are we talking, bro? Are we talking about the same fucking game? What do you mean? Look at this thing. I'm not a game developer, but what meaningful work is required to make and produce this that takes fucking years and years and years? Well, I don't even know if he got raided. I think people probably just saw it and got recommended it, and they love Pirate Software, so they've gone out of their way to defend him. Anything else here? I think that's it. There we go, guys. There's the Pirate Software tent. Make of that what you will, I guess. Yeah, I think that it was pretty fair. And I think that it's quite obvious that these people just fucking love Pirate Software and want any opportunity to fucking glaze him. So they just see a random video, literally random video on YouTube, and their first instinct is to go into the comments and fucking suck his ferret-covered cock. Ferret piss-covered cock. Obscene. Obscene behaviour. Okay. What am I going to do now? I kind of want to play Doom, but I also want to do this rate review that's quite long. So I think I'm probably going to do the rate review, despite the fact that I'd rather play Doom. It's just not about a particularly known person, but I think it could still be fun. So I think we're going to give it a go, and we're going to give it a shot. No, I'll play Doom tomorrow. I'll play Doom tomorrow. I love Doom. Dofo, you've really gave me some good advice, because I've been playing off stream the levels I've already done. I don't want to play levels that I have not done yet. I want to do that on stream. So yeah, I think we're going to do this rate review. I think it'll be good. They're also apparently associated with Shane Dawson, so there is a sort of connection there. But the guy's called Capin Desdes. Are you guys familiar with this person at all? Do you know who this is? Captain Desdes?
It's February 2021.
Apparently they're like associated with what's he called? He's that Shane Dawson guy. We'll give it a go. We'll see how we get on. If it's really